Hi everyone, this is the handheld welding machine. This is the ARC 120. It's made by SUNSIMIAO, and we're going to go ahead, I'm going to pop the box open, show you what's included, and then we're going to go ahead and weld some metal and see how it does. Alright, so what we got inside is the actual handheld welder, and that's just got a standard 120 or 110, 120 outlet plug, just like you have at your house, just any standard plug. And then you have the ground laid as well. All right, on top of the unit, it's got an amp adjustment. It goes from 20 to 120, and you can adjust that depending on the thickness of your steel and what you're welding. If you're going to do a light metal gauge, you'll want to dial that down so you're not burning through it. If you got a heavy metal, you'll just go ahead and dial that up till you get a good penetration on the metal itself. Some things to keep in mind about this unit: it is air cooled. You don't want to block any of the vent holes on the sides while you're welding. You need to keep this unit cool, and if it does end up heating up, it will shut down and you'll have to wait for it to cool down to continue. So just keep that in mind. Even if it's a hot day and you're welding outside, you have to keep that in mind that you do need the ventilation, and do not plug the ventilation on this unit. Also in the kit, they supply some welding gloves. You also have a cleaning tool. You got the wire brush here, and you can knock off your slag with this side. And then you also have a shield. It does come with a glass shield for it so that you can filter out the high intensity of the arc itself. Today I'm going to be using my actual welding helmet, just because I'm used to that. And also they supply welding electrodes. These are 1422. These are going to be light welding rods. I would suggest not using anything too heavy. This is just going to be a more of a light gauge welding machine. All right, so we're going to take our ground clamp that on our metal so we have a complete circuit. Take our rod, and we're just going to screw down the knob until that's nice and tight. Don't want to go crazy over tighten it, but you do want to have this rod secure. Now the next step is to switch the unit on. You've got the front switch here. And then after you kick it on, when you're ready to weld, just depress the trigger. All right, so on the top here, you have, like I said, again, you have your adjustment for your amperage, being your output amperage. You will have to test out your metal to find out where actually the best arc's going to be without burning through the metal itself. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure you just get a good weld without actually penetrating through the metal and drilling a hole through it. Always make sure you use eye protection against the arc. That will burn your eyes. And also use gloves to protect you from any spark burns. Okay, so once again, once I get the rod down to the metal, just above it, I'm going to depress the trigger, and that will actually go ahead and then start the current going through, and that's going to create the weld. Okay, just like that, you're welded. And we'll switch off the machine and let that cool down. You don't want to grab that rod. It is going to be super hot. Take our clamp off, and then we'll take our tool, bust off the top slag. Not my best weld. I can see already that when I adjusted the machine down to 70 amp, it wasn't actually making a great weld. I'll go ahead and crank it up to 100, see if I can get a better burn. One thing to keep in mind, that you will eat up rod pretty quick, and so you just got to keep that, forcing that rod down to the metal and making an arc. You can make a upside down happy face, or you can do circles, whichever you prefer. Okay, I'm going to adjust it up to 100. Once again, we'll take our slag hammer. So that's a lot better. I've got a complete pattern here. The metal is welded together, and we've got a good weld. As with any tool, practice, practice, practice. The more you practice with the welder, the better you'll get, and you'll want to just make sure you see a nice even pattern and good penetration on the metal, and that will give you a good strong weld. All right, so there you have it. This is the ARC 120 handheld welding machine. I like it. I like it a lot. So it's going to be a handy tool for me to carry with me as long as I have a generator or some type of a 120 volt power source. So we want to thank the company and thank you for the ARC 120. I will definitely be taking this with us camping, also on the trails when I Jeep, also around our farm to repair equipment. All right, thanks so much. If you're looking for a great little welder, definitely suggest the portable ARC 120 handheld welder.